it's a change in lifestyle. And then from there, once you connect with the animals, it's smooth sailing. The only thing that really sucks is that all around you, every second of every day, animals are being slaughtered and killed. That's what's really hard about being vegan, is you're on board, you're making a change. You know, you've got your vegan buddies, you've got your vegan activist group that you work with, you know, you're fighting the good fight, but then all around you, there's fucking animals being killed. 19 miles from my house, there is a slaughterhouse open 24 hours, killing lambs, baby sheep, round the clock. They're open 24 hours, 7 days a week. And there are slaughterhouses and farms everywhere. So that is what is hard, is that you then become a minority, and you have people that you have to deal with, ignorant people. But so it goes, and I'm never going to stop. I'm never going to stop. You will never see me make a I'm no longer vegan video, ever. And if I do, you have my permission to smother me to death in my sleep, okay? That's what I want you to do. If I ever do anything like that, I want you to just smother me to death with a fucking pillow, and I want you to hang me upside down from a tree and rip my flesh off, okay? So that's what you do if I go ex-vegan, okay? Yeah, so there you go. I'm never gonna not be vegan. How about that? And there's just no going back, because it's not a sacrifice. It's not a sacrifice at all. It's a gain. It's a gain. But you just feel sad for the animals because you are aware and you're awoken, and that might be partially what keeps a lot of people away from veganism, is because you have to be fucking strong. You have to have that thick skin. You have to be fucking tough. You have to be ready to be fucking trolled, to be called names, to be put down, to be ridiculed, to hear the stupidest fucking shit you've ever heard in your life to justify animal holocaust, okay? You can't just be your average motherfucker if you're gonna be vegan. You've got to have a strong sense of morality in who you are, and you have to be able to stand your ground. You have to be strong. And maybe we live in a world where there's not a lot of strong people because we've been brainwashed. We've been brainwashed by all the fast food on every single fucking corner, all the delis, all the sandwich shops. You know, just look around you at everything around you, and everything is animal products. Everything around you is eat an animal, drink a mammary secretion from different species. Hey, crack open this egg and eat this chicken, period. You know, that's the world that we live in. But it is changing, and we will keep fighting, and you can be someone that's on the right side of history. You know what I'm saying? Just remember those people that were liberating the slaves, and the slaves that were liberating themselves and forming the Underground Railroad. They had everybody telling them no, no, no. They had everything to lose. You know, you go vegan in this world, in most cases, you don't face death like the slaves did and the liberators faced. Unfortunately, animal activists have been killed in the past and just recently, but absolutely not on the same level as the abolitionists. I think I might have butchered that word. You know, the freedom fighters that fought for the end of slavery, and the people through you know the civil rights movement up in the 50s and 60s. You know, whole lot of killing of all races of people that stood against the oppression. So you get ridiculed when you're a vegan. You can be ridiculed, but like I said, you just have to buck up, and you have to realize that it doesn't matter what they say to you. It doesn't matter how much your feelings get hurt or whatever. You brush it off, because you know what? Somewhere probably very close to you in your vicinity, there's a slaughterhouse that you have no idea exists, and there's animals around the clock being killed, and they're going through the ultimate pain and suffering. The ultimate. And what we experience is nothing compared to that. You know, every day that we have is a gift. Every day that I have is a gift. And, we just got to realize that. So fight the good fight and get on board, and you will find that you're aligning your actions with your true beliefs. If you are truly opposed to animal abuse, don't forget, we've been conditioned, and I'm going on and on here, we've been conditioned to think of animal abuse as, oh, look at that puppy mill and those dogs, and it is terrible. It is terrible. Neglected, a dog tied up on a hot day to a tree with no shade, or tied to a post, I should say. Cats being beaten, and horses being starved. We're used to animal abuse is what we see on the animal cops shows. But that abuse is happening with what we eat. We've only been raised to believe that it's not abuse because that is an industry that is immensely powerful and fueled by money. And we are indoctrinated into the idea of eating animals from the time we're very little. We start supplementing our own babies with powdered cow's milk in their formula, people. I never did. I nursed my boys. And between the two of them, I nursed over 3 years between the two of them. I nursed Jay for 13 months and 2 weeks, and I nursed Warren for 2 years and 5 days. Okay? And I think there's just some misunderstandings because of the world we live in. We live in a world where the norm is raising animals, selectively breeding them, artificially inseminating them, and then killing their babies. And then when the male animals can no longer give semen and the female animals can no longer give babies or eggs, slaughtering them and turning them into pet food, or maybe just eating them too as humans. So it's like it's the best thing to compare it to really is the slavery, the days of the slaves. That was just normal. It was normal to shackle up and keep humans and to harm them, to separate families, to rape the women, to sell off their babies, to kill their babies, to kill them. That was normal. And just a few people were willing and able to step up and create a movement and a change, form the Underground Railroad, and and then as more momentum gathered and more people who actually didn't really want slavery but were not confident enough to step out and say something, then when they had support, they stepped out, which is happening with the vegan movement. More and more people are getting on board. They're seeing more and more people acting courageously in the name of justice for innocent beings, and they're able to say, yeah, you know what, I actually want to be a part of that. I was a little skeptical before because I didn't really see a lot of people doing that, but now that I see more people, I feel more comfortable. And now I know now here's the stretch. Here's where the problem occurs but the slaves were humans. That's what we're going to say. But the slaves were humans. These are animals. So true. Well, actually, humans are animals as well. So, it's actually, we're all animals. Just we're human animals. They're non-human animals. But here is where it matters. Here's the point. Where are the animals the same as us? How are they similar to us? They have the capacity for pain. They are sentient. They have a desire to live. They look after their young. And they can feel happiness. They can feel joy. They are sentient. They are aware of their existence. So veganism is the philosophy of excluding, as far as practically possible, the exploitation, the harm, the abuse of animals. So we don't have to wear their fur. We don't have to use their feathers. We don't have to use their skin. We don't have to eat their flesh. We don't have to drink or eat their secretions. We don't have to buy products that are tested on them and things like that, you see. Because what a vegan person will stand for is the justice and the ethical and moral treatment of these innocent beings. They're innocent like children. They really are. And it's wrong It is wrong what we do to them. And it is, most importantly, it is unnecessary. Now, veganism isn't about health, okay? It's about animal rights, animal liberation. It's not about health. Now, it just so happens that a whole food plant-based diet is ideal. It is healthy, it is safe for all stages of life, pregnant women, infants, all of it. Teenagers, elderly, all of us. Now, it so happens that every single nutrient and vitamin, everything we need, we can get from plants. Now, along the lines of B12, everyone has to supplement B12 because we live in such a sterile world. It's kind of the best of my ability. I will support you and I will help you to make this change in lifestyle.